The tournament director called them the Dream Team, but even he could not have fully predicted the massive explosion of excitement that followed the official announcement. On July 17, 2026, the Mubadala DC Open sent shockwaves through the entire international tennis community with a simple, powerful post across all major social media channels. Venus Williams and Alex Eala are locked in for doubles in DC. The news triggered an immediate wave of celebration across every corner of the globe. From the bustling streets of Manila to the historic tennis courts of Washington, D.C., sports enthusiasts stood up, took notice, and cheered. It was a matchup that felt almost larger than life. A 21-year-old Filipina prodigy who had just taken center stage at Wimbledon, teaming up with a 46-year-old living legend possessing 14 Grand Slam doubles titles and 7 Grand Slam singles trophies. Two distinct generations of tennis brilliance were joining forces once again, and the sporting world was ready to devour every single point, serve, and volley. To truly understand the immense magnitude of this high-profile reunion, one must look closely at the extraordinary paths these two remarkable athletes traveled before their orbits aligned. Venus Williams is far more than just a multi-champion tennis icon. She is a cultural pioneer who fundamentally reshaped the entire landscape of modern women's sports. Over a storied career spanning more than 3 decades, Venus conquered court after court with breathtaking power, graceful athleticism, and a fiercely competitive spirit. Alongside her sister Serena, she revolutionized women's doubles, forming what is widely considered the most dominant tandem in athletic history. Together, the Williams sisters captured 14 Grand Slam doubles titles while remaining completely undefeated in Grand Slam doubles finals, in addition to winning 4 Olympic gold medals. Beyond her remarkable collection of physical trophies, Venus Williams spearheaded the relentless, historic fight for equal prize money at major Grand Slam tournaments, paving a far smoother path for every female athlete who walked through the gates after her. Her deep commitment to the sport, her unmatched longevity on the WTA Tour, and her dignified presence have made her an enduring global ambassador for athletic excellence. At 46 years old, when the vast majority of professional players have long since hung up their rackets, Venus continues to step onto the court, driven by pure passion, joy, and an unwavering love for competition. On the other side of the net stands Alex Eala, the shining future of Philippine sports. Born in Manila, Eala demonstrated exceptional natural promise from a very early age, rapidly developing into one of the world's most impressive junior talents. Honing her craft at the prestigious Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, she skillfully combined a fiery left-handed baseline game with sharp court intelligence, deep tactical awareness, and relentless determination. Eala made national headlines by winning junior Grand Slam titles in both singles and doubles, but her ultimate ambitions went far beyond the junior ranks. Step by step, match by match, she ground her way through the demanding professional circuit, proudly carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire nation on her shoulders. Before Eala's meteoric rise, the Philippines had never seen a tennis player break through international barriers quite like this. In a country where basketball and boxing traditionally dominate every sporting headline, Alex Eala sparked a massive tennis renaissance, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Filipino athletes could go toe-to-toe with the world's absolute best on the grandest stages in professional tennis. The paths of these two extraordinary athletes first crossed in June 2026 at the WTA 500 Bad Homburg Open on the picturesque grass courts of Germany. The tournament organizers extended a special wildcard invitation to Eala and Williams, creating a unique doubles pairing that immediately captured the imagination of tennis enthusiasts worldwide. On paper, it was a deeply captivating experiment, pairing a soaring young prospect with an all-time legend of the game. On the actual grass courts, however, it transformed into pure magic. When Eala and Williams stepped out together for their opening round match against Catherine Harrison and Alexandra Osborne, the chemistry between them was instantaneous. Eala's sizzling baseline pace, heavy topspin, and energetic court coverage allowed Venus to operate with lethal efficiency right at the net. The American icon showcased her timeless touch, shutting down passing shots, intercepting key returns, and controlling the net with supreme veteran calm. The duo clicked seamlessly from the very first game, dismantling their opponents in straight sets by a convincing scoreline of 6-3, 6-4. The tennis world immediately stood up and took notice. Observers were astounded by how naturally and fluidly the two communicated between points, sharing radiant smiles, strategic whispers, and encouraging high fives throughout the match. Although their inspiring run in Germany ultimately came to an end in the quarterfinals against second seeds, Olivia Nichols and Teresa Mihalakova, who prevailed 6-3, 6-2. The final scoreline was entirely secondary. The true, lasting story of Bad Homburg was the deep, genuine bond that had quickly formed between a veteran mentor and her eager young protégé. Following the conclusion of their campaign in Germany, Venus Williams took to social media to express her immense admiration for her young partner, writing warm words that echoed across the internet. The best ride, the best tournament, the best partner. For Eala, sharing the court with an athlete she had grown up idolizing on television screens was a deeply emotional and transformative experience. In her own heartfelt social media message, Eala expressed her profound appreciation. "Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I'd have the privilege of competing alongside you on court, Venus Williams, immensely grateful to learn from you." Later, in an exclusive television interview with Vicky Morales on the popular news program 24 Horas, Eala opened up in detail about what it was truly like to stand beside a living legend. She emphasized that Venus was not only an intensely fierce competitor, but also an extraordinarily humble and generous mentor. Eala recalled how Venus approached every single practice session with meticulous focus, demonstrating the legendary work ethic that had kept her at the absolute top of the sport for decades. Eala shared that Venus was remarkably warm, accessible, and down-to-earth, making it completely effortless to communicate both on and off the court. She noted that she spent every single minute of that week soaking up every piece of tactical advice, carefully observing how Venus handled intense pressure, managed match strategy, and maintained her icy composure during critical high-stakes moments. Those two competitive matches in Germany provided far more than just standard tournament statistics. They offered 2 full hours of invaluable high-intensity learning on the big stage. Eala was effectively downloading decades of court psychology, tactical adaptability, and championship composure directly from an all-time great lessons that no amount of solo training drills or standard coaching manuals could ever replicate. That high-profile experience served as the ultimate launching pad for Eala as she headed straight into Wimbledon just weeks later. Buoyed by the incredible confidence gained alongside Venus, Eala delivered a historic, career-defining performance on the world-famous grass courts of London. She shocked the international tennis community by defeating defending champion Iga Swiatek on center court in a sensational display of power and poise. In doing so, Eala became the very first Filipino player in history to secure a singles seeding at a Grand Slam tournament, and the first to reach the second week of a Grand Slam in the Open era. Back home in the Philippines, millions of fans watched in utter awe as Eala turned potential into historic reality, solidifying her status as an undeniable global sports superstar. Now, the stage is set for the second act. The Dream Team is officially reuniting on American soil at the WTA 500 Mubadala DC Open, scheduled from July 27th to August 2nd at the William H. G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center in Washington, D.C. The tournament promises non-stop drama and excitement, particularly for Alex Eala, who faces a grueling and demanding double-duty schedule. In the singles draw, Eala will test her skills against a stacked, elite field that includes top 10 powerhouses like Jessica Pegula and Alina Svitolina, 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka, and defending tournament champion Leylah Fernandez. Balancing a high-stakes singles campaign while competing alongside Venus Williams in doubles is a formidable challenge, but it is one that Eala embraces with absolute enthusiasm and fearless confidence. As Williams and Eala prepare to step onto the hard courts of Washington, D.C. together, their extraordinary partnership stands for something far greater than winning matches, securing ranking points, or lifting physical trophies. It symbolizes a beautiful, symbolic passing of the torch across different generations, cultures, and continents. Venus Williams famously paved the way for women in sports, breaking systemic barriers and elevating the game on a global level. Now, she steps onto the court to actively guide a dynamic young champion who is breaking historic barriers of her own, inspiring over 110 million Filipinos and countless aspiring young athletes across Asia and around the world. When the Dream Team steps under the bright stadium lights in Washington, They bring together decades of athletic mastery, infectious youthful energy, and an unbreakable bond forged on the grass of Germany and tested on the hard courts of America. The tennis world is ready, the fans are buzzing, and the next unforgettable chapter in this fairy tale journey is officially about to begin. The Dream Team is back, and history is waiting to be written.